welcome back. It's been over a month since our last hike, and even longer since we were last in the Adirondacks. So it's good to be back out here. We're with the Trails and Ales crew today. Mark,
the Cardiac Kid,
and Roger Ramjet, and we're at J Mountain. Dad and myself have done this one before. Mark and Roger haven't, so we're introducing them to this mountain. It's a very nice one with some great views, and the weather's perfect for it today, so great day for us all round.
And they'll either lovers or haters at the end of this one.
Yep, we'll see about that.
Hopefully it's the former. Onwards and upwards.
So this over here is just a little bump on the way to where we're going. How do you feel about that?
Little bump. Like I want to puke, maybe?
I'm cool, done it before. I know what to expect.
I'm for it.
Even though I know what to expect, I'm not looking forward to it. Or am I just saying that to make these two think, oh my god.
Trails and Ales. I'm thinking that anyway.
So we're here on J Mountain. This is the actual the end of the officially marked trail up to J Mountain, so we've just done 2.5 miles. This is just a little lookout, and the actual summit of J Mountain is up that direction. The highest peak you can see over there is J, so we're going to head in that direction. And you've got the western peak of J Mountain here, the central, which is in the middle over there, and just in the background is the actual summit. And the views from here are spectacular. Over in that direction you've got the high peaks region. You can see clearly Mount Marcy and Algonquin, the two high ones over 5,000 feet, the snow on the top. And behind the trees here we've got Cascade. There's pitch offs over there, which isn't the motor centre. That is, I believe, a 29er. And you can see, make out over there, the lower Great Range, which is Gothics, Armstrong, the two Wolf Jaws. You can see Kyle, Nickel Top. The big one that direction is Dix, I think Carson Peak, and Huff, maybe, not 100% sure. I can definitely see the Beckhorn on the top of Dix from here, and then to the left there you've got Giants and Rocky Peak Ridge, and over in that direction Whiteface and Esther over to the right. Not 100% sure of the ones over in this direction, but this is north we're looking now. And over in the distance there, I think that might be Lion Mountain, which is one of the Fire Tower Mountains. And then over in this direction, Lake Champlain, Vermont, the other side there. And the high one we can see, I believe, is Mount Mansfield. We've got Mount Mansfield, Killington, Ellen, Camel's Hump, and I'm not sure if that's Vermont. So for now, we're heading in that direction. So it's downwards, onwards, upwards, downwards, onwards, upwards, downwards, onwards, upwards, and then we're there. So we'll see you back down there on the trail. So this is J Mountain Western Peak, and this marks 500 peaks for myself and 250 for Shane. In fact, sorry, not peaks, not different peaks, total summits. So we've been on I've now been on a mountain peak 500 times. Obviously some mountains, for example this one I've done twice. It's a site called Keene. Not all the summits you do. Total summits is how many you do in total. So for example, like I said, I've done this mountain, this is the second time here, so this would be 2 total summits of this mountain, but on peaks summited it would only count as 1. Once you've done it once, that's it, you've done it. So the total summits that I'm stood at now is 500 and Shane is on 250. So that's the significance of this one today. So not too bad. And again, as we always seem to do, we struck gold with the weather. Look at the sun there and the views out there, just absolutely incredible today. And you can see all the way over into Vermont, over Lake Champlain behind me there, and you can see, I'm not sure what those peaks are. I think Mansfield, Killington, Camel's Hump are in that direction. Mount Ellen is over in that direction, and all these, the high peaks. 2 years ago this weekend, so on a Saturday, 2 years ago it was St George's Day, April 23rd, and we were on that mountain right in front of us there. The camera's not going to pick it up, but right in front of us there is Hurricane Mountain with a fire tower on top. On St George's Day 2016, me and Shane summited that one as part of the fire tower challenge. So we were in that tower looking in this direction. 2 years later, here we are on this mountain looking back there. And all these peaks over here, the high peaks, we've done 13 of them up to now. This year we're going to do the rest of them. So that's 33 mountains left to do, and then we'll become 46ers. 2018 is the centenary year of the 46ers, so that's why I want to finish this year. And I want to finish on that mountain right there, Whiteface, because in August of 1918, that's when the 46ers all began, and that was the first mountain that was climbed. So this year we'll be climbing that and becoming 46ers. But as for now, it's J Mountain Summit, and onwards and upwards. So see you later. We're walking along the ridge line now. We've just left the western peak of J Mountain and we're now heading up to the central peak, which is the first high one in front of us. Along the ridge here, up that rocky section, and up to the top there, the summit of the central. The J Mountain itself is the high one in the background. Over here we have Saddleback Mountain, which is the highest mountain in the J Mountain wilderness. And as you can see, again, the second time we've been on this mountain, the views are spectacular, but again, ruined. So yeah, we've just done about 3 miles now, I would say, and we've got no, sorry, we've probably done just over 3 miles, maybe 3.5. So we'll have about a mile to do. That's according to the map. Obviously we're in the Adirondacks and there's a lot of elevation loss and gain on this peak, or on this mountain should I say, because there's 3 peaks. And the overall length, if you include the elevation loss and gain, once we're finished, it's probably about 10 miles. But if you plot it on a map, it's 8 miles, and it's listed as an 8-mile round trip. But don't judge it off 8 miles, because There's a lot of up and down on this, so we'll see you at the top of J Mountain's central peak. See you when we're there. So, for the first time, onwards and upwards it seems, has been not defeated, but we had to make a decision to head back and not summit J Mountain. We can't get to the central peak due to all the ice and snow that's fallen down the side. The trail, which is a herd path, is covered up, so it's pretty difficult to find, and we're ending up scrambling up steep icy sections, which is just too dangerous. So I've decided to head back to the car and maybe do a smaller peak elsewhere, time permitting. So there's where we needed to go, and as you can see it's just all rock and it's covered in sheets of ice. We've got microspikes on, we've got all the equipment, but Shane and myself have done this mountain before, so it was it's not like we're missing out because we've been here before. We wanted to get Mark and Roger up there, but the two peaks that we're on now, there's the western peak and then there's this grassy notch. You can see the views, as you can see around, the views from here itself are spectacular. So, you know, all in all, it's not been a, I'm not going to call it a defeat or a failure. We did intend to go to the summit of J. We didn't make the summit, but we're outdoors, and just look at these views. You cannot say that's a fail. So no, but we didn't make the summit, but that's no big deal. The main thing is we're going to make it back safely. I've got the first time, today's the first time I've been hiking with the new spot tracker, and I didn't particularly want to press the SOS button on the first day that I'm using it, so wise decision. It's always a difficult decision deciding to turn back, but it's always the right one, so I'm not too bothered because the beer's going to be just as cold and taste just as nice when we get back. So we'll see you back on the trail, and hopefully, time permitting, another little mountain that we hadn't planned on doing. So we'll see you back down there. heading back. As I've just said, we've had to abandon our attempts at J Mountain. Just getting up to the central peak proved a bit too challenging. If we had crampons, an ice axe, we would have managed it, but not with just micro spikes. It's definitely a crampon day today. Enjoyed the views nonetheless. And when we get back, the beer's going to be just as cold as if we'd have made it, so there's always a plus side to everything. So yeah, it's back down to the car, back home. We all know what time it is. Beer time. See you later.
So thanks for joining us again on another epic adventure. We didn't reach the summit of J Mountain this time, but it was an epic hike nonetheless. We still got 2 peaks done. We got J Mountain Lookout and J Mountain Western Peak. So all in all, a successful day. We're back here safe and sound. That's the main thing. So right now it's back home for a few cold ones. So thanks again for joining us, and if you like our videos, please like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and please comment, and I look forward to reading all your comments. So until the next adventure, we'll see you then. Have a good one.